Actually, this was the only program that I've considered. And to be frank, this program was amazing because there were two prongs which were much bigger than just EB1A. I think another thing is that it is not only about EB1A, it is about making you an extraordinary person, truly, right? And that's what has happened.
So, Sachin, congratulations for becoming EB1 Achiever from the program. You are the 12th Achiever now. So, how do you feel about it?
Thank you so much, Ranjeet. I feel great. I mean, I'm very excited. I'm happy for myself. And I'm very thankful to a ton of people. It was not just me who was putting efforts towards it, but a lot of people in the program, and especially you, has helped me guide through this whole process of, reaching here where I am. And I'm very happy that I took this path, I joined the program, and I sticked with it to get here. So I'm very, very happy.
Wonderful. Would you formally introduce yourself actually and your expertise?
I'm Sachin Parate. I'm a principal program manager at Twilio. I have more than 12 years of experience as program managers in the technology space and fintech space. My expertise is product innovation in the field of fintech and technology.
Okay, now let's start with about the program actually. So, when did you join the program and what made you decide on joining this program?
So I joined the program in November. I believe in myself pretty strongly. And I initially didn't know much about how the program will span out. I read through the brochure and I read through the article, and then I spoke with you, Ranjeet. And that gave me a lot of confidence that this program would be good. It'll guide me through it, but I have to put all the hard work and effort, and I was ready for it. So because it had all the right elements for me, I joined the program.
Wonderful. And how different do you see this program as compared to any other possibility, options, or other program that you might have contemplated?
Actually, this was the only program that I've considered. And to be frank, this program was amazing because there were two prongs which were much bigger than just EB1A. One is education. Now I understand EB1A very well in detail. What is required, what is not required, what will work out, what will not work out. I actually can see things and tell if this will work out for EB1A or if it will not work out or what is missing. Right, so that level of education and that level of understanding and a gut feeling is something that I don't think that any other program would be able to give you. I think another thing is that it is not only about EB1A, it is about making you an extraordinary person, truly, right? And that's what has happened. Before I joined the program, you search my name on Google and you see nothing. A bunch of other people with my LinkedIn, and that's it. Now you search me on Google, you would see just me. And it's not just me. There are so many other people who have achieved so many things. And it's not something that I have created. I actually joined the program and achieved so many things that actually, they posted me on their website, and that's how I'm much more Googleable, or I come across. When somebody Googles my name, it comes much more on the top. I have achieved so much being on the program that even beyond EB1A, even if I'm looking for very senior job prospects, they would, if they search me on the Google, they would realize that I've achieved a lot. I mean, that gives me an edge. So I think that was way beyond EB1A, that I'm happy that I could go on that path and achieve that.
Wonderful. And how confident were you prior to joining the program and kind of after joining the program?
I'm in general very confident in myself. I know that if I want to do it and if I put effort, it'll come through. So before joining the program, I thought that I would do it myself, but I was so wrong. Because at that point of time, I just thought that you need 3 criteria to get an EB1A. And even when I spoke with you for the first time, I said I already have 2 criteria. I just want one. And I'm happy to join your program for that one criteria. And you said that once you join the program, you would realize that it's much farther beyond 3 criteria. And that's what I learned. And thank God that I learned that I didn't have bad experiences. Otherwise, I would have filed a petition with three criteria, and most likely it would have been RFE'd and eventually rejected. So morale-wise, confidence-wise, it gave me an immense confidence once I joined the program and I've got to a stage where I know that my petition is ready. And at that point of time, I knew that I'm way more confident than what I was earlier. Earlier, I was just confident that I'll get through. But now I know that I will achieve it soon. And that was my confidence level before and after.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Sachin. Sachin, now there's another question, and be very frank to respond to that. Hadn't you, if you had joining the program, would you have got EB1A? And if yes, how much time frame you would have taken for?
So I would have had a failed attempt in the very first year. And then there could have been two things. Either I feel that, it is extremely hard and I probably won't get it, and I would have dropped the idea altogether, or I have worked at least 2-3 years to get to a level to be able to file a new petition, but not to the level that I am today. I have filed with 8 criterias, and I'm very confident that all 8 of them were pretty strong. If I would have not joined this program and worked for 3 years, I don't think that I would have qualified 8 criterias. Probably 4, 5, 6 at max. That's it.
Absolutely. We do have some people in the program, you have made friends with them also, like they had failed attempts, unfortunately, and now I think they're back on the track again, actually.
Yeah. I know a ton of people who have joined other programs and came here. I didn't even know about the other programs before I joined here, but then I later got to know that there are a bunch of people who have been to other programs, people who have spent 2-3 years into it and then joined the program and finished it in like 5-6 months. A bunch of different examples within the program, but thank God I didn't had any bad experiences so far.
No, I think, my aim is that, anybody who is in the program follows the process successfully and, kind of applies, should be able to get it in one shot, actually, without any hiccups.
Yes.
So you are a perfect, kind of output of that, or a manifestation of that. Your success speaks for itself, actually, now. Now, let's get to bare basics for the people who are aspirants, actually. How much effort did you put in, if one has to count in terms of number of hours? Let's exclude the period when you were away. And in terms of hours per day, per week, how much roughly that you were putting in?
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of hard work. I don't think that I have worked so much for anything for a long, long time. You have to hit and try on a lot of things. You have to work towards, one aim for each one of those criteria that you're aiming for. It's like every day after my kid sleeps at 9 p.m., around from 10 to 1 or 10 to 2, almost every day for at least 6 months is what I have spent on this. So yeah, it's a lot of effort.
Oh, it's not something that one can do this as a part-time activity. You have to be completely engaged in your complete baking movement.
Yeah,
I think that's the way. And again, as I said, that you have been a perfect example, kind of perfect student for this, actually. Now, let me put it, what has been your experience working, let's say, with me in the program so far?
Oh, amazing. There were things in my profile that I didn't know were useful at all, and it came through our discussion that it was one of the most strongest points, apart from my critical roles, right? That is how I discovered my original contribution. I feel that you 24/7, you think about the students. I have seen things, let's say, media example. I was exploring media, and then you jumped on it, and you started helping me. You started reaching out to people. You started doing a whole lot of things. And I have seen that a lot in you. You get involved, personally involved with so many things with the students. That is just commendable. And it's extremely helpful. So my experience has been amazing. I called you yesterday. It was 3 a.m. in the night for you. You were not in the US. And you still picked up my phone and had a conversation like nothing was happening until towards the end you mentioned that it's 3 a.m. here and we'll talk in the morning. And I'm like, what? You should have told me earlier. We could have spoken next day, right? But yeah. So why?
I wanted to this was a time where you got EB1A, and definitely I wanted to be kind of share your success and happiness. Actually, that's the reason.
But still 3 a.m. I wouldn't have picked up my phone.
That's absolutely fine, actually, because this is, I mean, for me, this is a mission more than just a kind of a job or an activity. So I'll take it like this actually. Now let me put it other question to you. Now there are total 1.5 million people, Sachin, who are in the USA on a work visas. Okay, and the work visas and possibly waiting for the green cards also, maybe 1 million or so. And especially from people from India and China, normally these are the countries which are affected most by the EB2 beta retrogression. Now, either they accept their fate as a destiny or destiny as a fate, and they don't do anything about it. EB1A is just as an opportunity, it is there. Now, what's your message to them actually? People who are on EB2, they think that EB1A is not, or they are not cut out for the, and they would just wait for 10, 50, 20, 30 years otherwise, and that's the possibility they think. Is it a very unachievable dream? Is it only for, it's hyped as Einstein visa? Now, where do you see yourself actually as a kind of aspirant for EB1A and now becoming EB achiever? And what is your message to such people?
It's definitely achievable. It is definitely hyped up as Einstein visa. You don't have to be an Einstein to get this visa, but you do need to put significant effort towards it. You need to build your profile. You need to actually become an extraordinary person, the top 1% in your field. To become that, you'll have to put a lot of effort into multiple different directions and, prove that to yourself first and then to your CIS officer that you are worthy of this EB1A visa. I would not say that this is not achievable. This is definitely achievable. You just need to put much more efforts on it. Now, there are of the million people that are on visas. If you feel comfortable, if you do not have any challenges, if you are thinking of US for a short, probably this might not be the right thing for you. A majority of the people have had bad experience in the past or will have difficult experience in the future. And if you want to avoid that, and if you want a green card, and if you see a life in US, you should definitely aim for EB1A. It's definitely achievable. You just need to put the right mindset and right efforts towards it, and you'll definitely get it. I'm pretty confident on that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sachin. Sachin, you applied for 8 criterias, and obviously, critical role and salary was definitely one of them. Now, what proportion of your petition was kind of activities in the petition or initiatives where after you joined the program and you already had it, I mean, apart from these two?
Before I joined the program, I had critical role and high salary. I also had original contribution that I discovered after joining the program. If I hadn't joined the program, I probably would have never knew that it was the original contribution that I already had. And then all of the other 5 criteria is something that I built after joining the program.
Oh, wonderful. And what would be your message to someone who is on the fence of joining this Next League program and becoming EB1A achiever? So people have hesitations, not limitations, but mostly many people have their own hesitations that, EB1A is not for me. Oh, should I be putting in that much of investment at this point of time, or should I just wait? What them specifically about the Next League program journey?
Right. I'll talk about each one of those hesitations. Let's talk about the money first, right? Every visa stamping, you have to go back to India and do that. And, considering flight tickets and visit to India, and if you have a family or even just a spouse, it's a lot of money, right? So your cost of the program, if you get an EB1A, definitely get justified fairly easily. So I would not sweat on the fees or money part. Second is efforts. If you think that it's a lot of effort and you can't put on that much effort, I don't think that this program is for you. And these are my opinions specifically. This is for people who are motivated to get green card and are willing to put hard work towards it. And if you can't do that, then probably this program is not for you. If you're looking for cheat sheets, quick wins, this probably is not for you. You need to put efforts, and I've seen many people putting so much effort into it, getting a green card, right? So that was the second thing. Third was, if you feel that you won't be able to achieve EB1A, or if it is beyond you or whatever, It's all your personal blockage. You need to break those barriers for yourself, have confidence in yourself, and, start working on your confidence, be it through this program or without this program. But first, you need to break that barrier. If you come with that mindset, then you're going to question everything, right? Everything. And you probably not do many of the things just because of your personal barriers. I did not have much of the barriers. I still hold on to one of the things like awards. I didn't apply for awards for a long, long time. But then at one point of time, I realized that, oh, it's probably my personal barrier. Other people are getting it. I should also apply for it and see what I get, but put my 100% into it. I did that and I got 3 awards, really right in my category or the very aligned with my expertise. So everything is achievable. Majority of the things are our personal barriers that we need to break somehow. But those are the 3 things. Was there anything else that people felt before joining the program?
Absolutely. I think these are the basically 3 things that limit people in trying to achieve it. Message has always been that, okay, at least you should give yourself an opportunity. And then otherwise don't quit. There is no point in kind of talking about the immigration system or about, having a leap of faith, thinking that divinity will do something, 7% quota will one day go away. Because that's not how it works, actually. Let me put it this way, Sachin. In philosophy, which I think we do refer it sometimes in the program here, there's a concept of absurdism, actually. That, it is the situation in our, fate or situation that happens where you can't do anything about it. So there are 3 possibilities that come to, kind of play here. The first, it is called intellectual suicide. So you basically give up and keep cribbing. You don't do anything. The second option is that, you have a leap of faith, hoping that divinity will come and something miraculous will happen. Like in this particular case, 7% quota will go away. Somebody did come to me once, actually, on my colleague, saying that, we would wait for the Congress to pass or not to pass, and then we decide whether to join the program or not. So that's one way to kind of people may like to do. And third is people who are in the program who learn to take bull by the horns, actually. It's called confrontation. It's actually confrontation with the truth, that this is the truth, and accepting reality as it is, and then trying to work or navigate your work around it. Now, you took the last path, which is called confrontation. This is what Albert Camus kind of prescribes. Now, you already had EB2 with you before approved. Priority date was something 2018 or 19?
Yeah, 2018, I think.
Okay, so if you would have waited for that, how much time frame you would wait for your green card as of now?
I think analysis shows that 144 years.
Absolutely. So your 144 years after joining the program in 1 year gets reduced to 3 months after joining, let's say. Your priority date is current. Now, what next, Sachin, after this? Now, where do you see yourself? How this now? Green card is out of the way. You got everything. Now, how do you see your career progressing? Where do you see yourself?
So I have learned so much and built so much of my profile in past 8 months. I would continue the momentum. I would continue to work on myself, build my profile, showcase externally that how extraordinary I am. And that would help me in my career. That would help me in, creating an outreach. That would help me in so many different ways in my professional life going forward. So I would continue the same momentum, and I would continue to work on the things, because it's not EB1A specific. It's being extraordinary in the field, and that's what I would try to do.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Sachin.